yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We are live once again. Okay. Back to back. Man, I can't believe it. We are here again, live on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube with our very special guest today. Man, look, I can't believe that this day has actually come. Today is a special day, man, because I have two guests with me that I'm excited to talk about. One, obviously, is not a stranger to our community, and the other is an amazing, amazing musician, and we'll get a chance to talk to them in a second once we do our housekeeping as usual. So first things first, give me a thumbs up if you can see me, if you can hear me, everything sounds good, everything looks good. I do see a couple of people on YouTube watching, on my Instagram as well. I know we're also live on Torres's Instagram and Sam's Instagram. So if y'all can hear and see us, give us a thumbs up on that as well. And we're gonna keep this party moving. All right. Um, Again, apologies for the late start. We just had to wait on our guests to get back to their hotel. They are actually out on tour right now, so we just had to make sure that our timings aligned. But I'm glad that we're here. I'm glad that they're here, and we're gonna do this real quick. So, as usual, what we do here, I'm gonna ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see all things advancing audio. Um, Take a screenshot of this QR code if you're on your phone. If you're on a computer, you can just go ahead and scan that and follow us on YouTube for much more content on advancing audio and what I'm doing personally in my life as an audio engineer. All right. And then the next thing I got to say, if you were looking forward to watching this Instagram live on the Advancing Audio Masterclass Instagram channel, unfortunately, we were not able to do that because we ran out of Instagram accounts to put together on this live. So I had to sacrifice that channel, but obviously I sent out a message on that page to come over to my personal Instagram account. So yeah, we're here. I do see some comments coming in, people saying sounds good. Audio is choppy. Okay, I'll fix that. I know exactly what's happening with that. I probably have my gate setting a little too strong, so I'm gonna back off on that a little bit, and then we'll see how that goes. All right. Okay, that should be much better. Much better. All right. So I'm not gonna keep my guys too long. Not gonna keep them too long. So I'm gonna get them back in here real quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my guys, and we're gonna have this conversation together. Today we have obviously no stranger to the community, Anthony Torres, engineer extraordinaire, and we have Sam Simon, music director extraordinaire. Bro, I'm so glad, Sam, that you can make it with Torres and I today, man. This is going to be an amazing, amazing, amazing conversation. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling great.
We lost your camera, Torres. Where you at, bro? Oh, there
What
you
about
are.
now?
There you
Okay,
are.
cool,
There
cool,
you
cool, cool,
are.
cool.
Sam, what's up, bro? What's up, buddy? How you doing? You're muted, I think.
Sam is still muted.
Sam is still muted. We'll give him a break. He's a keyboard guy. We'll
Yeah,
give
he's a
him a
keyboard
break.
player. It's unmuted on your. Hold on one second.
Guest has muted themselves. Sam, are you good? If we need to pull you out and bring you back in to get that working, we'll do that. Check on your eCam. Check on your eCam software. Make sure you're not muted there. Double check that. Torres, I got you loud and clear. You look good, sound good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, so yesterday I was being clowned by a couple of friends of mine yesterday about my names and titles. So I got some fancy names and titles for y'all today. So we're learning as we go, man. I
Oh,
think it
that is
looks good.
hilarious.
I think it looks good. Sam, you good? You need some help over there, buddy? I know you can hear us though. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear us. You can hear us, right? All right. So we need to figure this out real quick. We might need to drop you off and bring you back in and see if that'll work, right? So I'm gonna drop you off and then just call back in, and I'll put you back in the show real quick. And let's see. Someone said, I guess Torres went to help Sam. Torres needs to go help Sam out on his audio. That's hilarious. All right, Sam, I'm gonna drop you out
That's
real
usually
quick.
how it's been.
Sam, I'm gonna drop you out real quick. Call back in, and we'll put you back in the show as soon as you call back in, brother. So Torres, man, you guys are in Johannesburg, South Africa. You're still on the world tour with Chandler Moore on the Omema tour. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. We're currently in Joburg, and we have a show tomorrow.
Ah, the show's tomorrow. Nice, 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 nice. Did you have a sound check and anything like that today, or is that going to happen tomorrow?
No, that's gonna happen tomorrow. But I did go to the venue today.
Okay, okay, cool. Let's talk about the tour. How's the tour been? I know we talked about it a little bit on a quick impromptu live last week, but
That is
we didn't really have this entire audience with us. But tell us kind of like how's the tour been so far, man? You guys were in Europe before
the
you hit
tour.
Africa.
Yeah, the first one was in Europe, and
Mm-hmm.
now the second leg of the tour is in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah, Europe was amazing. Sold out shows. People are coming out. People are excited.
Yeah.
This is Chandler's first solo tour. Um, so yeah, we're really excited about that. People are excited. It's been packed. It's been amazing,
Yeah.
impactful, and all that. Yeah.
Hold on a second. Sam just texted me real quick. Let's see. Oh no. Cool. I just need to let him call back. Tell
Gotcha.
him to call back in. Just dial back in. Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, there he is. Bring him back in. And there we go. What's up, buddy? Let me put you back in the show
Can
real
y'all hear
quick.
me?
There we go. Yep,
I
we
can hear
got you.
you.
We got you, man. We got
I'm
you.
back.
We got your back, bro. We got your back. Let's go. All right, all
I'm
right.
That's
Welcome
back,
back,
man.
funny.
Sam. Yeah, man. We were just talking about the tour, how the tour is going so far. We want to kind of get your perspective. How's it been so far? You guys started out in Europe, I think, before I hit in
Oh
Africa.
yeah, bro. Man, the tour's been nothing short of amazing. It's been a great ride so far, man. No one knows this, but this is actually my first time actually MDing a tour by myself.
No
So
kidding.
I think
Wow.
everyone assumes that like I've MD'd everyone else's tour.
Yeah,
No, man, I haven't. This is my first time doing it on my own. I've had some help with some incredible arrangers.
yeah,
Um, but as far as like doing this by myself, this is a first. But it's been quite a great experience, man. It's been a great experience, man. Tons of prep, tons of organization, tons of advanced
yeah.
thinking, gotta think in advance. It's mostly a mental thing more than it is about your skill. It's about critical thinking. It's about
Mm-hmm.
being quick on your feet. It's about troubleshooting. You know what I mean? So I've learned a lot about the significance of all of that. But so far, bro, it's probably my favorite ride so far, to be honest. And I hope that it
Nice.
stays that way. You know?
Nice, nice,
I
nice.
hope it stays
Man,
that
look,
way.
we want to give you your flowers over here, man. We really want to give congratulations on that. We want to give you your
Hey.
flowers, bro.
That's
That's
funny.
awesome. That's awesome. Look, I was clowning Torres, man. Look, he spent so much time in Paris. He just was eating croissants and coffee and tea every day. I'm like, bro, you're living the life out there, man. What's
Bro.
happening?
And you know
You
where we
know, I was
uh,
were?
just taking advantage of where I was.
We were in Lagos. He left us. He stayed in
I
Paris while we
heard.
were in Lagos.
I stayed in Paris.
I literally texted the manager. I was like, man, don't ever let my dog stay in Paris, man. Please. We need him, man.
And I texted the manager again. I was like, man, if you do this again, Bless your heart.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's crazy. So, guys, I'm going to open the floor up for questions early. So we'll see how they come in. I felt like that. We did that yesterday with Brian True. I don't know if he's on. True, shout out to you, man. True said, "What's up to you guys?" I don't know if you know him, but he knows you guys. He knows about you guys. And he said, "What's up to you
Amazing. True.
guys?"
What is
Yeah.
up?
What's
True's a
up,
great
man?
guy, man. True's a great guy. And also, I got a message yesterday about from Ben Ivy. I don't know, Torres, if you know Ben Ivy. Sam, I think you know Ben Ivy. He was with
I
you
know Ben
guys.
Elvy. Yeah,
Yeah, he said to say what's up with you guys as well. He's out with Warren Ziders. He's Warren Ziders front of
he's
house guy.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Amazing.
He's got
real
What up,
solid.
Ben?
all digicos over there, man. He
Yeah,
went from a I think a D live to a 225, and now he's on the big 338. Oh
he's
man.
killing.
Bless his heart.
He's
Yes.
killing.
Yes,
Graduated.
He's
sir.
killing.
Graduating, exactly. So yeah, after Paris, half the team went to Lagos, Nigeria, and then you guys got back together in Nairobi, Kenya. Is that what happened?
Yes,
How
that's
Yep.
was that,
correct.
man? Tell us about Kenya because I know Torres has been to Kenya before. Sam, have you been to Kenya
Yeah.
before?
This is my second. This is my second time in Kenya. Kenya was amazing, man.
Yeah.
Kenya, man, I've learned a lot going to these countries, man. A lot of the stuff that you see on the media is
Talk
not
about it.
really what it actually
Talk about it.
it's false, bro. It's
Yeah.
false. It's really false. These countries are beautiful, dog. They're so amazing, great people. And honestly, the nature of everything is just amazing, man. I woke up one morning, um, it was like 6 a.m., dog. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, and I looked outside, I was like, man, this looks amazing. It's not what the people would really put online, and I took that as a lesson, man. Because
Yeah.
usually before, I usually had this toxic trait. Like I usually look up the country before I get there,
Yeah.
and right when I get there, what I saw and like envisioned in my mind is actually not what it actually is. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? These countries
Mm-hmm.
are beautiful. The people are amazing, and most importantly, they have a lot more than what people would assume that they wouldn't. They do,
Right.
man. They have a lot more. It's good people, great people. They have the gear, they have the resources.
Yeah.
You just gotta come out and give it a chance, bro. So I'm grateful that I'm able to give these countries a chance so that I can deposit what God has given to me, man.
Yes,
Nairobi was
sir.
amazing. It was amazing. It was beautiful. The show, I can't remember how long the show was, but it was a pretty lengthy show, man. We caught a couple moments.
Yeah.
Chandler was comfortable. um we did everything, bro. We did everything, we literally ran time code. We
I
had
kind of
Yep.
saw
tracks,
some
we had
videos on that.
LEDs
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
It was
Uh,
great, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could do what you have to do. Now, what you got to do is you got to learn the power conversions before going out, or else you plug your
yes.
stuff into the wrong power spots, it'll blow up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But man, it's beautiful, man. It's really beautiful. So much great people,
Yep.
so many honest, hardworking people, and you learn a lot. You learn how to navigate through everything, and
Mm-hmm.
I've learned, man, a lot of it has to do like playing, like the show is literally only like 10%. It
Yeah.
really is. Like 80% is everything that leads, my bad, not 80, 90% is everything that leads up to the show, like the prep, the
Facts.
travel, getting through the airports, getting your luggage, like knowing and making sure that you're not just some walking dollar sign. You get what I'm saying? You gotta
Yes.
know. Seriously, bro, you gotta know this stuff, man. That's like 90% of it, and 10% is because you're only on stage for like an hour and 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
rest is really what you do off
Get into
stage
the
or the
stage.
prep. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
prep. So it's
I
great.
feel
It's
you.
really great people, and just tons of fun. Tons of fun.
I can totally agree with that. Are you guys traveling with a lighting guy? A lighting guy at front of house?
No,
No,
Wow.
we're
Because
not.
No, we're not.
I
We
saw
had
some of the show on Instagram from the promoters from Kenya, and like you were saying, I did see some time code being ran, and the show looked and felt really, really good. And I don't want to be biased because I'm talking about Kenya, but I do want to shout out somebody from Kenya from their production team that stepped in. As far as I understand, your front of house audio guy, I think he was unwell on that leg of the tour, and Ken had to
Yes,
step
Sean.
in and mix the show. Like, talk
he
about that,
did
because
great.
I've worked with Ken before. I've lived in Nairobi, and I've worked with Ken before, and I know what he can do. And Torres and I had this conversation before getting to Kenya, and he asked me, "Hey, bro, do you know these guys?" I was like, "Yeah, man, you're in good hands. You should be fine." I just didn't know that that actually happened because I saw him at front of house. I was like, "Wait a minute, aren't you guys? Don't you guys have a front of house guy? You want to talk? Any of you guys? You want to jump in and talk about that?"
Yeah. So,
Torres.
Ken, we were talking to Ken about the production, and we do have our own front of house guy for this tour. So what happened was he had a medical emergency.
Is he okay now?
So he is doing
Okay.
well. He's in recovery mode, so he won't be able to finish the tour with us.
Oh
But he
man,
had a
that's unfortunate.
medical he had a medical emergency, but we prayers out to him that he's doing well now.
Yeah.
So we found out, right, I think it was probably like the day before Kenya, that he wasn't going to be there.
Mm,
And so we got in touch with Kenny, and we talked to him like, hey, are you able to mix front of house? I sent him a file so he could hear it.
mm-hmm.
And he really, really stepped in and really helped us out. And it sounded good. It sounded good. I even went out to front of house, and I was like, man, thank you, because we made it happen. He made it happen. He helped us out. He stepped in, and it was a great show, great turnout. People could hear everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Shout out
shout
to
out to
him. Shout
Ken
out
for
to
that.
him. I was trying to get him to come on, but he's super reserved. He likes to keep to himself and be in the background. But
Well, hopefully he's watching this and giving
yeah,
him his
hopefully
flowers
he's
for that
watching
night.
this. Hopefully he's watching this, and even after this live, this is gonna be the recorded version of this will be on my YouTube. So I'll definitely send him a link so he can we can give him his flowers too, man. Ken, shout out to you, bro. Shout out.
For sure.
Sam, what was your perspective on that, man? Hearing that
Yeah,
your guy went down, unfortunately, and you're halfway
for
across the
sure.
world.
Bro, I was like, like stuff like this, you gotta prepare for stuff like that. Like in tours, there's a big chance, man, the people you start out with probably you won't finish with. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I had that perspective in my mind. I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't think it would ever come from front of house. And you get what I'm saying? I'm like, what? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because front of house is such a big deal. That's what everyone hears
Mm-hmm.
the entire concert from. That's their perspective. Like the stage perspective and front of house perspective is two completely different perspectives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely sad. And I'm gonna tell you why I was sad, man, because Sean ended up being that missing puzzle piece that we needed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was just so easy. He got it. He was never complaining. He was just so simple, so easy. And most importantly, he did it right. He just did it right. He was so kind,
Mm-hmm.
and like he's diverse, he's versatile, like he's chill. He's not a guy that is he's not slow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
Yep.
just gets whenever we ask for the request, he makes it happen. And most importantly, he has really good chemistry with Torres, who's doing
Mm.
ears.
Mm.
So that chemistry between Torres, and management was just, I was like, oh, finally, we finally got it.
Yeah.
So let's just make it work. All for us to hear that he was gonna be out. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little bummed out,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But then Kenny came and he redeemed that vacancy. He redeemed that spot and he pulled in for absolutely no rehearsal, bro,
Right.
for nothing. I mean, that sound check, at least 2 hours of that sound check was just Torres, Henry, putting out fires. They were just putting out fires. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Trying to make things work. You know, power things and just.
Mm-hmm.
And then we ended up having we ended up being in a great spot. And then he came in and for what it was, we were really impressed. You know what I mean? We were really
Yeah.
impressed. So
Yeah.
for what it was, I was like, oh snap. I heard that mix back. I was like, wow. Cause we can't really feel that because the PA is behind us.
Behind you. Yeah.
But yeah, like so I was like, oh man, like for what we heard, it was pretty decent, man, for what it was. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I think that's the thing, man. Like, I think a lot of times we just have to be a lot more open minded. I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times people get on tours and they get these subs. Everyone has this hostility against the subs. You get what I'm saying? Everybody
Yeah.
has this huge like hostility against these subs, and everyone's expecting these subs to make miracles, and they are capable of making miracles. But I'm just glad that we have a team that is able to give people chances, bro. And
Yeah.
we gave that man a chance, and for what it was, he did great. He did great. He did great.
Listen,
You know what I
I
mean?
feel
So,
you. I feel you on that completely because when you, even as an engineer, and Torres knows this really well, when you hear, oh yeah, house guy's gonna mix tonight, it's like, oh boy,
You're
yeah.
like,
that's
all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
but
It's
I'm
all of
so
that
glad that he was the one that was there to do
for
that
sure.
for you guys, and yeah, he also came up in church, so he knows the sound. He knows the
Yeah.
Yeah,
music. He's a student of the game, and so shout out to him, man. Torres,
he did
talk to me
great.
about some of the fires that you were putting out that Sam was talking about on that particular day.
Yeah. Me and Kenya have a love-hate relationship a little bit.
Oh, talk about it. Talk about it. This is a therapy session. Talk about it.
It is,
you
bro.
know, I thank God it wasn't raining. That's a good thing. And then we were inside, so we didn't have to worry about that.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
so check this out. What was happening was there was a power issue happening where we were checking lines and then we were hearing a lot of ground, like just a lot of, ground noise.
Yeah.
And I heard it on the guitar and it was bad. And then he was moving his guitar around and I was like,
Ooh.
and then there was
Yeah.
one instance where he turned it and I was like, just stay there the whole night. Shout out to Dom. He's our guitar player.
Shout out to you, Dom.
Amazing, amazing guitarist and even friend. So
Hmm.
but it was
Yeah.
funny. I was like, just stay there. But so we got on the stage. They had the audio connected with the lights as well. So that was the main
On
issue. So we
okay.
started
Okay.
unplugging things. Henry
Hmm.
came to the stage. So we were trying to figure out, okay, what's plugging into what's plugging into what. So we finally got into a good place where it wasn't buzzing as much.
Hmm.
Then Sam heads to the other side and he has absolutely no power
Oh wow.
on
Okay.
his whole station. I mean, his
Hmm.
whole station was off, and so we're like, what happened? What happened there? And so we had to go back over there and figure out. We finally got the power to go on, and we're like, okay, we're at a good place. So we started sound checking. We
Hmm.
started, checking lines, going through that, and just praying that it would not shut off during the show or even after this,
Yeah.
which it didn't.
Yeah. Good. Okay. That's yeah. Well, hey, that's part of engineering. That
Yeah.
you know, we we don't post on online. People just see us mixing fancy consoles, and the sound sounds amazing. But there's so much work that goes into a show, especially when you're having issues like that. And it's always a learning lesson for everyone who's a part of a tour. When you're going to different countries and different venues, you know, as a matter of fact, that anything can happen. Anything can
Anything
happen.
could happen.
And you have to be ready and prepared with your problem solving skills because the show has to go on no matter what. Show has to go on. All right, so let's open the floor. I see a few questions here. Someone was asking about Ken's socials. If you're on Instagram, can you type Ken's handle so that people can follow him? I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but if anyone knows, just go ahead and type that in so that guys can go follow him from there. So let's see here. Sam, I got a question for you. We're just going to jump right in. I think someone was asking, hey, Sam, what is your favorite keyboard of all time?
Oh my God.
They're just straight in the
I
fire,
knew,
huh?
oh man, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Man, y'all finna, man, people are gonna eat me up on this one, man.
I
Honestly,
know.
I think I'm pretty biased, man. I'm pretty biased. My favorite keyboard of all time. Y'all are gonna y'all won't agree, but I personally I like the montage. I do. I like the montage. Do I play it? No, I don't
Yeah.
play the
I was
montage.
gonna say, I was like, bro, as far as I've known you, I've not seen you on a montage. Like,
Never ever seen
you know
me
how many
with a
shows we've done
montage, bro.
together?
That's crazy.
Exactly. Oh, I played one in Africa in Lagos
In Legos?
in
Okay.
Lagos in Nigeria, Abuja. I definitely did. It
Yeah.
was cool, man. I like the montage. That's my preference, man. I'm a Yamaha guy at heart, but I think I think they're one of the main reasons why I like the montage. This is for
Mm-hmm.
me, guys. This is for me. This is for me. Cause I know y'all are
Wait.
gonna wear
Before
me
you say
out.
that, let me just say this. Let me just say this
Uh-huh.
real quick. Let me just say this.
Uh-huh.
I do the back line, right? And make sure, Sam knows where I'm going with this. Make sure
Uh-huh.
the
I know
the
it.
band gets exactly where they got, right? What brand they want to play, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sam does not have montage on his rider, just to let
I
you guys
don't
know.
I
Yeah.
don't have montage in my rider.
Just to let you guys
I
know.
don't. I'm sorry, dog. I don't. I have Nord on my rider.
Nord.
Hey,
Nord is
look.
on
I'm
my
I'm gonna,
Nord
I'm
rider.
gonna
stage
defend you.
3.
I'm gonna defend you. It's genre specific. It's genre specific, and
Exactly.
I'm gonna defend you on that.
Exactly. Exactly.
So,
This is not my all-time favorite genre. You know what I mean?
it's genre
You know,
specific,
that's a
and the
different
Nord fits
question.
the genre that you're touring on now. So it just makes more
Yeah,
sense. So I got your back
it
on
makes
that,
more
Sam.
sense.
But let me
That
tell
is
you, there
funny.
Yeah,
there
man.
is there is a huge keyboard and piano community in Africa, specifically in Kenya, and there's always been a never-ending war, if I can call it that, between Yamaha and Korg. So I feel where you're going when you say
Wow.
that you got to watch your words. Because the Korg
Yeah,
boys will come for you. I tell you that. The Korg boys
they're gonna
come.
come.
They
I'm
come.
like, yo, like I can't have my own opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, if for me, it's just for me. I just prefer overall, like ideally. But the Nord is a great keyboard.
It is
But
a
for
great
what I'm
keyboard.
doing,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a great. It doesn't knock down the value of a Nord. Like, but for what I'm doing, I find the Nord to be necessary for what I'm doing. For me, for me,
Yeah.
like as far as like because I'm running both. I'm running both software and hardware. You
Mm-hmm.
get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in regards to running both hardware and software with these types of situations, I found a system that works best for me.
Yeah.
And in this situation, and right now it's actually Nord and tons of software. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
pianos, the sounds which you can do, the effects, all of that, even the way that you can EQ everything. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? It just works
Mm-hmm.
for me for this situation. But overall, for me, like if I had to be at home on my own
Mm-hmm.
and just practice all day and never be tired and never be bored, I would pick the montage. That's just
Okay.
me.
Okay.
You
That's
know,
fair.
you know what I
That's
mean?
fair. So real
That's
quick,
different.
let's talk about your rig. And I know you mentioned a little bit of it
Hmm.
right now. Let's talk about your rig, what you're using, how you have it set up, and
Hmm.
maybe do a comparison between what you have on this tour with Chandler versus what you just had last year on the Maverick City tour, and kind of
Ah,
compare and contrast.
got it.
Because were you
Got it.
main keys on the Maverick City or were you aux keys on the Maverick City? I can't
All
remember.
right. let me break this down. So like when it comes to the last tour and Mav and Kirk, we were switching roles. I think the international tour we did last year in the fall. Was it the fall or the summer? I think it was the summer.
Mm,
We had Justin. Justin played Ox and Oregon for the Mav stuff,
mm-hmm.
and I would play Ox for nah. That's how we did it for the first Kingdom. But usually, I can't remember. But mainly for the international stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I was mainly playing mains for sure. I was
Okay.
definitely mainly playing mains. But there are some songs on Kirk that don't have main piano. You get what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
don't really require main piano. It's more so part playing. So I was running a ton of like different plugins, like Rolling Cloud.
Oh yeah,
I
nice.
had I had the Rolling Cloud, like System 8. I was splitting the keyboard between parts. So from like C1 to C2 would be orchestra hits,
Mm-hmm.
C3 to C4 would be stabs, C4 to C5 would be something else. I was like, me and Justin were like doubling up on some parts to make it cohesive.
Mm.
Um, and sometimes he would play Rhodes on certain things. It was just, I don't know, because that tour we didn't really have rehearsal as well. We
Okay.
had no
Okay.
rehearsal for that one,
Wow.
so we just came in and just went with it. We
Wow.
just set the show to all the guys from the previous Kingdom tour,
Mm-hmm.
and they came in and wore it out. We had no, honestly, we didn't even have a sound check.
Couldn't tell,
Some of
man.
these didn't
Couldn't
even have,
tell.
yeah, we didn't even have a sound check. So in that situation is completely different with Chandler's is more vibes.
Mm-hmm.
It's more vibes, more show, and then there is like a worship portion that just requires like a piano and a drone. But like the intro, like I'm running like Serum, I'm running
Wow.
Omnisphere, I'm
Mm-hmm.
even running some hardware stuff, you know. And I'm running Ableton on keys this time as well. I wasn't doing that for the last tour. The last tour I was running main stage,
Mm-hmm.
and um it was main stage in the Nord on the last tour, but this tour is Ableton in the Nord. Um and I'm still I'm splitting different parts. And a lot of these songs are programmed a lot.
Yep.
They're programmed a lot, but I'm still having some sort of like sounds, just in case like when the program drops, you won't really feel the programming dropping, even
Mm-hmm.
though I'm doing it on my own. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm running a ton of Omnisphere, Serum, Rolling Cloud, Spire, Juice from Gospel Producers.
Yeah.
I'm running it's another peculiar sound.
Peculiar
I'm running
sounds,
a
fire.
lot of
Yeah.
I'm running a lot of different things. Um and it's all on an Ableton template. And if y'all really want the Ableton template, when the tour is over, I could send it over. Let me get over
That's
this tour
game.
and then
That's game.
I don't
That's
mind
It's
game.
sending it
pinning you
over.
guys on.
That's game.
Yeah.
Where
But y'all
where can
gotta have
people
the
find you, Sam?
plugins
Where can people find you and
on
follow you?
Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could find me on Instagram. I don't know if y'all can make a flyer and just say that or something, and then
Yeah, for
whoever
sure.
wants it can. Like I don't mind, but it has to be when the tour is over because I can't just keep spending all day sending Ableton sessions to a bunch of people because we're traveling. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like
I think what we
when
could
it's
do, we could
over.
probably set up
Mhm.
a we'll talk about it offline. We'll probably set up a link where they can just download it so you don't have to actually physically send it all the time. Yeah.
Exactly,
So we'll
exactly.
figure that out. We'll figure that out.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Um Sam, I mean, look, a lot of the questions are dominated by your name on here, so we'll
Okay.
Let's
I'll give
go,
it.
Sam. Let's go.
Oh
There's a
my
shout
God.
out from the reason why we're actually doing this, honestly, Sam, and the reason why we have you on is like I told you a couple days ago when you were in Kenya. There's a huge piano community, keyboard community in Kenya, and they're here, so they're shouting you out. Shout out to Torres, Sam, myself from Piano City. So they're
My
grateful to be here
guys.
and 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 and
Yeah.
and, and get some knowledge and fellowship with us here. So we're so
Mhm.
happy that
For
you're
sure.
here. I have a question for you, Sam. As
Yeah,
music
bro.
director, how
Uh,
is your relationship with your monitor engineer over there?
oh, bro, that's a great
Hope he
question,
says some good
man.
stuff. I don't know.
Oh, bro, come on, Torres. We do this, bro. No, man. Torres is like for me. Torres is probably my favorite because he knows how to anticipate our needs
Mm,
without even saying it. He knows, like, I've learned one of the most important things with doing this thing, man. Whenever you're hiring people, whenever you got people you're working with, you got to have people that know how you work. You just
yeah.
have to. It makes life easier. They don't ask questions. It's just like, I already know Torres got this. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? If the wedges are not even on, I know that he knows to turn them on. You get what I'm saying? And that
Mm-hmm.
never happens. I've never had a situation where I have to tell Torres during the show, turn the wedges on. That's crazy. I've had situations like that with past like monitor guys. And honestly, I say 40% of my my happiness with Torres
Mm-hmm.
is seeing how well he responds with Chandler. It's one
Okay.
thing for me to have a relationship with him, but it's another thing for the artist to feel comfortable with the monitor engineer. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes Chandler's in the mode and you can't even he's mouthing stuff in his ears. Bro, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what he's saying. I really don't know what he's saying. Cause I'm like, what are you saying? And he's like, one of them. I'm like, what? But Torres knows. He's like, yo, he's asking for click, or he's asking for keys to be down in the wedges. Like, and Chandler asked
Let's
for
go.
specific things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like, that is a lot easier for me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm running a lot. I'm playing. I'm doing playback. I
Mm-hmm.
have to make sure he doesn't get off the grid. I'm doing and Chandler hasn't gone off the grid yet. Thank God. And if he does,
Yes.
like I have to think about how we're gonna recover in the moment, and it's
Mm-hmm.
all in the
Yeah.
same. So it's like all these things happening at the same time, and it's very significant for you to hire guys that are. I think this is it. You just have to hire guys that are able to make life easier. And
Yeah.
Torres makes life easier. He's hungry, like he knows like tomorrow's show is a big show.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have to motivate him. It's already inside of him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I know I be sending him texts, but on this live, I'ma say it. Torres, I appreciate you, bro.
Let's
You're
go.
amazing.
Let's go,
Man, it
There's
means a lot,
Torres.
man.
absolutely nobody
Let's
like you. And
go.
I'm
It means a lot.
on a serious note, bro. I'm very glad that you've done this thing, bro. Seriously, because I'm gonna tell you why. Torres bossed up on all of us, dog.
Oh, word.
Torres is with, oh man, he's with Backstreet Boys, Lauryn Hill, Wu Tang. I'm like, dang, and I'm like, I'm so happy for him, and it's very humbling to see someone like it's almost like we've built the foundation of Chandler's sound together,
Yeah.
and then he's been on different stages, and then for him to come back to the crib, you know what I'm saying? He came back to the crib, and he's serving, and he's here, and he's being honorable. He's helping us out.
Yeah.
He's not complaining. He's doing his job. He's doing it right. So, bro, I just want to say I appreciate you. And one more, another thing is Chandler appreciates you too. He's like, bro,
Nice.
Torres be killing my ears. Like, there is no questions with Torres. There is no afterthought. There is no like skepticism. There is no
Mm-hmm.
question marks with Torres. What you see is what you get. So that's just the truth. His awareness is on 1,000, and it just helps because man, there's so much going on that people really don't see. And and he's aware of that. He's aware of all the fires that we
Mm-hmm.
got to put out during the show or during the sound check. You know what I'm saying? And he just has this way of just maneuvering in a graceful way, and Torres has not allowed us to drown. We've always
Nice.
been swimming
Man,
with Torres, man. You know what I mean? So it's just been it's just been helpful. So that's my relationship with Torres. And then off the stage,
man.
man, he's hilarious. The whole squad loves him. Like,
Yeah, man.
bro, we got the whole package, dog. You know what I mean? We got the
Look,
whole package.
we have a whole bunch of questions to get to, guys, and I promise
I
I'm going to get to
appreciate that,
all your
man.
questions. We're definitely going to get to all your
Yeah, we
questions. I
got
do
it.
see them
We'll hit
coming
him.
in, but this conversation is spicy right now. So listen, Torres, before we
Mhm.
get into some of, even with Sam, before we get into some of the tech stuff and the nerdy stuff that everybody really wants to
Yeah,
know, you guys were on Safari yesterday. As far as your
Right.
social media handles are going, how was that your first experience? How was that?
that was
Okay.
my
Oh,
second
you asked me
one.
to.
Yeah, that was my second one. But when we went out yesterday, it was just different. It
Yeah.
was crazy. It was crazy.
I saw some videos. I don't know if it was on yours or
Yeah,
Sam's IG. Like you guys were like in a. I don't know if you guys were in a caged truck or something, and the lions were just out there. That's gotta be scary, bro. I'm sorry.
yeah. They were right up on our truck,
Man,
right up on it.
that's insane. I love safaris, but I don't think I can do that type of safari. I'm sorry. But
Yeah,
yeah.
right up
So
on it. And our guide opened the doors a couple times.
what?
Yeah.
No, sir. No, sir. Was Chandler there too?
Yeah, he was.
He was
He was
he
in the
he was
mist.
provoking the lions.
Oh
He
my
he he,
god, yo.
he probably would want to come out that cage and run
Yeah,
around, figure it out.
Yeah.
that's crazy. All right, let's get to the chat and
He's
see what's
he's actually
happening.
the daring one.
Yeah.
Torres, can you translate this for me? My Spanish is terrible. Lo que callamos los hombres. That's the someone's handle. He says, "Hey, bro, good to see you again." His name is Carlos. What does that even mean? Lo que callamos los hombres. That's somebody on YouTube. I have no idea
Oh
what that
man,
means.
I'm trying to figure out who that is, but
I don't know. But he said,
that is
good to see you
funny.
guys again. Cheers, Carlos. I'm not sure who that is, but Carlos, shout
Amazing.
out to you. Shout out to you if you're still on here. Translate that for us and let us know what your handle means. Bolu is Nigerian. He's lives out in Texas, I think Houston. He says, Sam, what's up, brother? Um,
Man, Bolu was good. I know Bolu, man. He's
Bolu,
a
yeah.
great guy. Amazing engineer.
Yes,
Amazing
sir.
engineer. For
Yes,
real.
sir. Yes, sir. Richard from the DMV, he's asking Torres, what is your approach to, what's your mindset basically? I'm just going to rephrase his question. What's your mindset going into a gig as a monitor engineer versus front of house?
Okay. As a monitor engineer, it's about serving whoever's on that stage. Obviously, serving the artist and serving the musicians.
Mm-hmm.
That entitles like knowing, and Sam said about it when he was talking about like the relationship we have, even on and off. The trust. I try to gain the trust of the musicians, the trust of the MD, and gaining the trust of the MD is very, very important. Me and Sam have a great relationship. We work out every situation, and we put out fires together, and that is very important as a monitor engineer is to have a great relationship with the MD, because they actually work with the artists first
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they will usually help you out, especially if you're going into a gig. They will really help you out and tell you like, hey, the artist will need this, this, and that, and that gaining that trust. And then when you start working with the artist, you start to understand them and you start to learn them. So the main thing is to understand what the artist needs as well, but also suggest and prepare your, prepare your session, prepare a mix. I always prepare a mix. I always prepare a mix for the guys, and then
Mm-hmm.
they'll tell me like, "Hey, we'll need this and this and this." And now it's like I already know how to even like tomorrow. Yeah, I'm on a different board than my Digicode 338, which I already have the file.
Right.
So I went over to the venue and I dropped my file on there, and I kind of prepped their mixes so that when they come in there, they're ready to know like, okay, it's already ready, and then we'll just
Mm-hmm.
adjust. And it's gonna be, I already know it's gonna be minor adjustments because I know the guys and know exactly what they want. So monitor engineering is knowing what um, the musician wants and the artist want. In Kenya, Chandler did not even come to sound check.
Which I want to
So,
say something about that because I don't think a lot of people
and I
who,
build. The thing is, Chandler did not come to sound check in Kenya. And Kenya, I had to build a session and build his mix.
yeah.
It wasn't from my Digital 338 file where I have his mix. So basically, I had to build his mix, and Chandler didn't ask for anything
Mm-hmm.
during the Kenya
That's
show. He
that's
just
that's
asked for,
cool.
minor things. But that's what I'm saying. Knowing your artist and knowing like, okay, I know how to build his mix.
That's fire. That's fire. I wanted to mention real quick about that. If you're not mixing at this level yet, I don't think a lot of people know that the headliner usually doesn't come out for sound check all the time. It's usually the MD who's doing it, or manager, or someone close to the
Yes.
artist, and so that shouldn't come as a surprise. At this level where, hey, my artist is not here, but they trust you to make sure that his mix is as close to where he needs it to be as possible. So that's really cool that your artist, the music. Sam's there to help you as well, to kind of dial things in. So kind of talk about that. Who was did you dial it in yourself, or did someone help you to get it dialed in?
Oh, I doubted myself with there, and then I also have Sam.
Mm-hmm.
He always like make sure the monitors like, hey, throw this in the monitors, and then and that's the great part about our relationship. Like we know Chandler
Yeah.
at this point, and so and it's like the trust is there. Sam doesn't have to ask me, oh, throw this in there, throw this in there. Like I really gained the trust.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Let's talk about, and now front of house. How do you kind of, what's the difference? What's your mindset going in as a front of house engineer?
and the front of house is more of what you know, obviously learning the music, learning the parts,
Mm-hmm.
but also making sure that the crowd feels it across the board. The
Yeah.
balance of the music, they feel the music, they feel that lead mic right in front of their face, and it's clear. So obviously, it's serving
Yeah.
the audience, and making sure they have a great experience.
Do you feel like you have a little bit more creative freedom when you're at front of house versus monitors? Because
Oh,
monitors, you're obviously mixing for the band, and you don't really have control over what you want to do per se, as opposed to front of house where you can kind of play with delays and stuff in a different way without throwing off.
yeah.
You know.
No, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's more you're able to be more creative at front of house because you're mixing, for the audience, and you could experiment more. And then with monitors, you're serving your musicians and making sure they hear what they want to hear.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but honestly, I really enjoy monitors more because I'm able to serve them, and
Same.
also like I like to create great mixes for them, and they're like, oh wow, I never knew to put that in my ears, or like
Yeah.
hear that. I want them to feel comfortable, and also I want to create a mix where it's like they're like listening at home or something, and they're
Yeah.
practicing like that kind of like feel full mix, and them comfortable like in their practice zone. I always say practice zone because that's where you're most comfortable at,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
practice zone. So
And you also get to experience the show in a different way, especially like
yes,
you're hearing talkbacks, you're hearing cues. It's
yeah.
it's really cool. I love monitors too.
I
It's
I, I
probably my
so
favorite.
gotta I so gotta put out a mix of I usually
Oh
take the
yeah.
talkbacks out of Sam's MD talkback, so you could hear this guy MD and he is one of the greatest MDs I've ever heard. Like the way he guides the band, the way he
Yeah.
navigates, just him on the talkback, he makes everybody feel comfortable. Everybody feel um, like they're on the top and they're just doing everything correct. Like he
Yeah.
knows how to lead. He knows how to lead, and this tour he's killing it.
So Sam,
Yeah, that's
I want to
fine,
throw it
man.
to you real quick. Let's talk about a little bit about before I go to the next question, which is for you, Torres. You can be thinking about this as we go. Someone was asking, what mics are you using on this tour? I guess that's probably a conversation between you and your front of house guy to come to a
Yeah.
conclusion of what you had. So let's think about that for a second. But Sam, let's talk about your playback rig, your tracks. Do you have clicks in there? Do you have a guide in there, or are you calling the cues for choruses and verses and outros and intros and things like that? Kind of talk us through what that's like.
Man, y'all are getting the inside scoop. I love it. I love it. I love it. So, playback. So I'm running Ableton 11, right? I'm running
hmm
Ableton 11. I'm running an 8 output XLR interface. It's called
Okay.
the Track Rig from Loop Community. Man, so for what I'm doing right now, for where I'm at, it is amazing. To me, it's amazing to me. Um, I'm running I'm running tracks and time code. And time code is very important, man, especially for this show,
hmm
because that's what that's how you guys hear. I'm not here. That's how you guys get to see the screens, the lighting. We're sending that signal all the way to I'm sending that signal to front of house. You know
hmm
what I mean? It's like this very loud noise. Y'all know how this stuff goes. And then with me running time code, I have 8 outs. I do have clicks in there. I do
hmm
have guides in there. I do have cues in there. Um, sometimes, just sometimes, when the moment gets too exciting and the moment is big, um, I like to over communicate where we're going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love to over communicate where we're going. I love to over communicate. Y'all, we got a chorus. We got a chorus. And sometimes if Chan doesn't feel like going to the chorus, or if he's like, yo, just turn the tracks off because
hmm
I just want to vibe right now, I hit that S and we just got click and we're riding. You know what
Nice.
I mean? And I think what's good about it is the tracks are always going to be on grid. So if he says go to the bridge and he's staying on the course and I hit the click, then was there a beat?
No, that was like
No, I think it was
Oh,
Taurus. I
no.
think someone was calling Taurus.
that
Yeah.
was
Okay,
me.
well, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. So like, if he does that, then I could always put the tracks back in as long as we're
hmm
still on click. I'm always gonna find that metronome. So it just helps. I love I love I love the multitasking of playing and making sure that the tracks are in order because that's really what is gonna guide the moment. It's gonna guide the show. There is a performance element to it. There is
hmm
some sort of like showmanship, and it's not like we're neglecting the spirit or anything like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's the healthy balance of preparation and excellence and intentionality that brings the spirit. So it requires prep, and in the prep, we have cues. We figured out a system. You have cues. We're running time code. I'm running 8 outs.
hmm
I don't remember how I'm running the 8 outs. Torres probably does. I think one. What is it? One is click and guide.
Guide.
Two
Click and guide on the same
is
track.
time
Okay.
code. Yeah,
No,
three and
it's click.
four
Oh
is
yeah. In the
yeah.
beginning, we were running
It was
click,
exactly.
guide,
We had to make some
left and
left to right
stems, music
music.
stems,
Yep. 5/6
BGVs,
BGV,
and then
7/8 perfectly. Yeah.
Nice.
You
Okay.
know. Yeah. So that's really what is that's the template of our shows. you know, and I think it's a great template. And um, uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's nothing like there's no like hidden secret of how we're doing this stuff. It's all
Yeah.
the same. You know, I'm pretty sure everybody else does it the same way.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
that time code is very important, though. The time code is very important. And if we get to a place where time code isn't available, then what it does is it frees me up to put click on one and guide on two.
Mm,
However,
Yeah.
Ableton has a video window, right? And I can throw the videos on an HDMI on the LED wall at the
okay.
same time, and
Okay.
it'll, you know what I'm saying? It'll do all the work. It'll
That's
be all
cool.
the
I
way
didn't
in
know you could do
sync.
that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the thing. So it's just making sure that you have backup plans, man, because sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna be running into. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So we have a ton of backup plans, and everything is always gonna make sense. Always, everything's always gonna make sense. So
Yeah.
that's it, man.
For
That's it.
sure, man. Appreciate the insight. Torres, let's talk about, mic choices for this particular tour. What are you using? Drums and vocals and things like that. I know we kind of talked about what Chandler's using, what capsule he is, but you feel free to talk
Yeah.
about it again.
So we are using on drums DPA. I'm kind of like love DPA.
Yeah.
We are using the 4099s on the toms, and I'm being very consistent with those because they sound good. They give the natural tone of the drum of the
Mm,
tom. 57s on the top and bottom snares. Obviously you know, we're not carrying our own gear, but we are being consistent, at least with the DPA stuff.
nice.
On Chandler's mic, we are using the DPA 4018. So that is wherever we go, we're using that, and it just like for his voice, it just sounds natural.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds natural, and that's why I use it on him. Like even when he like sometimes cuffs the mic, it still cuts through the mix,
Yeah.
and that's why I use the DPF 4018 because sometimes he'll cuff the mic, or obviously he's running, and it's just clear. It's just
Yeah.
clear, and it cuts
Yeah.
through.
Were there when let's go back to like rehearsal, where did you guys kind of go through a couple of options before um closing in on the de facto, or he kind of already knew that that's what he wanted to use?
I kind of already like knew that I wanted that for him.
Okay.
uh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because in rehearsal we were just singing. It was just other mics, but I
Yeah.
knew that I've worked with him before, so
Mm-hmm.
coming from this tour, I already knew what capsule to bring for him.
Sam, what interface are you? I think you answered that question already.
Yeah.
Um, my question is, this is a guy by the name of Sammy. I'm working on a worship song and I'm working with a band in the UK as a singer from South Africa. I'll be laying my voice in the studio, so I want to make my song sound live. How do I do that? Okay.
Call Sam to produce it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know what, Torres? You just reminded me. You just reminded me of something, man. Look, guys, you guys need to go follow Sam on Instagram. This guy
Oh my god.
has rescored some of our favorite sitcoms that we grew up
Oh
with.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Fire. I wish I had some fire emojis that I could throw up right now. Whew. This guy's an amazing producer composer, man. Don't play. Don't play
Don't
with
play
this
with
dude,
him.
man.
You want it to sound live, you call him. He'll make anything happen. That's
Hey,
that's the
I,
answer.
There you go,
Sorry, that
Sammy.
is
oh
the
Reach out to
man.
answer.
Sam, and y'all have the same name almost. So they, it's a
Yeah.
perfect
Sorry,
connection right
Sammy. That's
there.
the answer.
Wow.
uh, JK Music asks, "Oh, Sam, how are you using hardware and soft synths at the same time? I know the Nord isn't an interface like the Montage." I think that's pretty much the same question where you answered that you have an interface that you're pushing things through to achieve that. Let me see what else is here. Oh, Sam, I'm sorry, Torres. What are your top three consoles that you like to use for the most part?
My top three consoles are Digicode 338
Mm-hmm.
is my number one. And then after that would be Digicode SD7.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or I don't know, should I talk about brand wise or should I just say, okay, Digicode, and then after that would probably be a Yamaha? Well,
Okay.
D Live is not that bad, and then probably a Yamaha.
Oh, if you say D Live now, Bolu's gonna go crazy because he's a D Live defender forever.
Man, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me switch up my order. It'll be actually the P3. I'm sorry. It'll be Digicode, Yamaha, and then
Yeah,
D Live.
nice.
But
J
D Live, hey, it made it to the top three. Okay, it
D
made it
Live,
to the
yeah,
top
D
three.
Live is up there. I don't know if this is Jerry Valdez, Jay Valdez on YouTube. I think it's Jerry. Says shout out to you,
Oh yeah, I
Torres and
know
Sam.
he's Torres.
Jay,
Jay,
He's Torres.
Jay,
that's
This
fam.
dude's a
That's
yeah,
fam
beast.
right
man.
there, man. I've known Jerry for years,
Yeah, I think
years
it's Jerry
before
because
I even
I know him
started
on Instagram. I
mixing.
didn't know he was on watching on YouTube. But yeah, shout out to you,
Yeah,
Jerry.
he's an
We need to have
amazing,
him on.
Yeah,
We need to
amazing
have him
mixer.
on.
totally.
Yes, yes,
Great, great. We were just talking about him yesterday. That he's got one of the best sound in front of house to broadcast mixes in
he does.
church.
Don't play with my boy.
Yeah,
Don't play with my boy.
fire.
Solid.
Now Valdez and Bolu are fighting on the YouTube chat about D Life.
That is funny. Is this Sean? Is this Sean on here?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
He,
know.
I think he was.
Sean,
Was he?
I
Uh,
think
my front of
so.
house.
let's
Is
see
that
what
him
else
on
is in
there?
here. There's so many questions. I'm trying to catch up on these now. Let's see here.
That is
can you
Sean, bro.
can you ask
That
Torres?
is Sean from front of house.
Oh, is it
My front of
really?
house guy.
Oh, this is your front
Yes,
house, Sean. What's up, man? Sean,
Solid.
that's what's up, man. Hey, if you want to come on, send Torres a DM and we'll send you the link and bring you on. I did make a preset for an extra guest if we had an extra guest come on. That would be nice if you can come on and talk to us for a little bit. Sean, text me your IG handle and I'll send you over a link. Let's see if we can get you on for a couple minutes. But yeah, so Torres, someone's asking, can I steal your microphone rider from
yeah,
this tour?
absolutely. I'll tell you
Oh
exactly
man,
what mics I have on my rider,
yeah.
and that's not a problem. Just send me a
Follow
message,
Torres
and yeah,
and shoot him a DM, and I'm sure he'll get you right.
I got
He'll
you.
get you right.
Not an issue. I'm willing to share all the secrets.
Uh, hey fam, greetings from Lusaka, Zambia. First question is, what has been some of your biggest challenges on this tour, and how did you troubleshoot that? This is
Let's
a
get
question from Steps. Steps, I don't know if you were here earlier. We did talk about some of the issues that happened in Kenya, but if there is there anything else that you guys want to talk about that
um
might have been some of your challenges on this tour particularly?
Maybe Sam, you wanna take on that?
yeah, let me see. Challenges, man.
There's always
Challenges.
challenges. There's always challenges, and there's
Yeah,
always
there
solutions. There's always
yeah.
solutions.
Always.
Yeah. I feel like for me, some of the challenges, I know I'm not thinking right now, but I think, you know, it's not really a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something that I would push to prefer to happen. Like, I just love when we're on time. I just love when we're on time.
Yeah.
And to, it could be a big challenge to now have to rush the sound check because, you know, other things were behind, patching was behind, the configuration was
Mm,
behind because now management's looking at me like, yo, like what's going on? And sometimes you gotta have a valid answer for them. So probably like coming up with it's just sometimes a challenge could be just things moving slow. Like I just
Yeah,
love being on time, you know, and the main reason being is because like we like to have everybody on site. And when they're
mm-hmm.
just sitting there and waiting for so long because of a power issue, they get hungry, you know what I mean? And that
Yeah.
can I just feel super bad. I'm like, man, the food's at the hotel, but we gotta get this sound check in.
Ooh,
And if
yeah,
y'all can
yeah.
just sit tight, you know what I mean? We'll get through it. Like to me, that's a challenge. You get what I'm saying? Like that's a very big challenge because man, I have a heart for the team, bro. I actually really do. I really love the team, and I love when people are treated the way that they're supposed to be treated. I don't really, it just burdens my heart a little bit to see them wait a little bit,
Mm-hmm,
but
mm-hmm.
sometimes we just have to flow with the nature of everything. You know what I mean? We just have to flow with sometimes there's only one patch guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes sometimes we don't have a patch guy. Sometimes sound check is only going to be 30 minutes. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like, and I it's not really a challenge for me. It's just a disposition. It's just a disposition just to see. And I love the team so much, and I love advancing everything. Like,
Yeah.
okay, like let's make sure that this is here. That way, when we get there, we could just plug and play, and everybody could go back to the hotel, rest properly. And the reason why that's important is because the main reason why that's important is because sitting around,
Mm-hmm.
the whole sitting around waiting thing, it drains everybody. It just does. And what makes things challenging is when they're sitting around. And the reason why that makes it challenging is because it could actually affect their performance later. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Yeah.
besides that, we have a great team that's willing to push past their feelings. They're
I
willing to
like
push
that.
past their feelings, and when it's time for us when it's time for the game ball to show up, I know that I could pass the ball to anybody on that team and they will
Nice.
dunk.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
what I
sir.
mean? So
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Yes,
like
sir.
seriously, anybody on that team will dunk. Even Torres, bro.
Yeah.
Even Torres is dunking. Even Kenny, he's dunking. So
Facts.
we just have a
Sean,
we have a we got a team full of superstars that can play ball when it's time to play ball, even though they're tired. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Their endurance is amazing. So that's pretty much a challenge. But as far as technically, there hasn't been a challenge, man. Thank God, and I pray to the
thank
Lord
God.
that He gives us grace to continue this entire tour
Yep.
with absolutely no technical difficulties, man. So far, we've been good. Like, there's
Yeah.
been times where we've had to go live because nothing works. You know what I'm saying? There's been
Oh
time
yeah.
where
Mm-hmm.
patches and like the patching and the configurations have been like disgruntled, or they've been messed up, and they just don't have a solution because no one in that area is competent. Not this tour.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But no one in that area is competent to make it happen. Like
Mm-hmm.
that has actually happened. So we've had to sacrifice an actual show. You know what I mean? But like that hasn't been the case. To me, that's a challenge. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big
Yeah.
challenge. you know but and plus, even if that has to happen, I'm sure Chandler is enough to make something incredible happen in that room, and we're gonna
Facts.
Oh,
rock with him
absolutely.
until we make it happen. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I
wanna I
think
wanna Sam,
yeah, take off.
I wanna I definitely wanna add you know, when Sam was saying there really hasn't been that many challenges. And usually when the challenges come, it's totally out of our hands. Like
Mm-hmm.
I believe in London, our first show, like I think it was like the third song. Oh, my monitor, everything on the stage just went off.
Oh
But it was
wow.
definitely out of our yeah, it was definitely out of control.
I
Something had
remember
happened
Wow.
with the
that.
power. We all yeah,
Yeah.
we automatically went back, and that was our first show, and I was like, wow. Um, but Chandler navigated
That's
through
not a
it. We
challenge
all
though.
navigated through it. Yeah, it's not a challenge, but that's what I'm saying. Like some of that stuff happens. But
Yeah.
I think when we talk about challenges, I want to shout out our tour managers and our managers on this tour. Man, they are killing it.
Nice.
Markel
Nice.
and Keisha,
Mm,
like they are making it so easy for us, and
for
they're
real.
putting out. probably fires we haven't even seen,
Yeah,
and protecting us and making sure like we are good. Shout out to them, Markel and Keisha. If I hope I don't know if they'll hear this or they're on live or they see this,
yeah.
but shout out to them.
Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Sean said his whole rack went down on that show.
Oh yeah, that was
Wow.
his. He was at front of house. Yeah,
That's insane.
That's insane, and we still got the front of house audio.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like these guys, even though stuff goes down, they still make miracles happen. Like I
Yeah,
don't even know how that happened. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
And it's not really challenges. Like that stuff's out of our control. Like we
Hmm.
don't control the
yeah,
power, bro. That's wild. You know what I'm saying?
No,
You
that's
know?
true. That's true. Um, Question for you here, Torres. When you're walking into sound check, usually, what does Chandler want in his ears? Like, what's the first thing that he'd usually? I know you usually have his mix pretty much dialed in, but what's like the
yeah.
first thing he'll probably you anticipate that he'll ask you for when he gets his
Oh,
ears in?
usually probably more of his mic because during sound check, if he comes to sound check, he'll
Mm-hmm.
sing in his sound check voice. I call it.
Yeah.
But then when like just a little bit more of his mic. But other than that, he's really not asking for much when he goes up there. It's already dialed in, and
Yep.
that's what earlier I talked about knowing your artist, and knowing exactly what they want. So if he's coming out there, the first thing he's just going for it. He's going
Yeah.
with the vibes. He's already in. He's already like dialed in. He's ready to rock. During the course of the show, who asks for little tiny adjustments,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. But very, very, very lightly,
He
very
has a very
chill.
powerful, raspy voice. Do you find yourself using quite a bit of compression on his mic for his
Um,
ears?
I no, I'm not using heavy compression. I'm actually it's very light. So
Nice, nice. And obviously,
yeah,
your gain structure is what helps with that as well, I
yes.
assume.
Gain structure. I know we talked about gain structure in
On the
another
first
live,
pod,
and
yeah, yeah,
that is the most important thing across the board. Gain structure will
yeah,
save your mix.
for sure, for sure. Guys, I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys have Sean's number. Can you text him that link? We try to get him on for a couple of minutes. Love to hear
Which let me
his.
see.
So that link that I sent you guys in the chat in the text group for the eCam,
Sean, you still on?
he's still on. Yeah, I can see him still talking and texting
Okay, one
on the
second.
YouTube. We'd love to get him on for a
Let
couple
me
minutes. But Sam, somebody asked while Torres is doing that. Somebody asked about your because I even want to know like your MacBook setup. Are you just running everything off of one, or do you have one laptop that's running Ableton and another one running all your VSTs? Because people are wondering like
Oh yeah,
how powerful is this computer that you got, man?
yeah, yeah. Nah, that's a good question. I um I used to run everything off in one.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to. I don't do it anymore.
Oh, I
And it's not
remember
because
that.
anything happened. Yeah. It's not because anything happened. I just felt like in my wisdom, I was like, man, let's actually get a computer designated for playback.
Mm-hmm.
And Chandler was kind and he has one now just designated for playback. So
Good
that
stuff.
has Ableton. I also have a computer that I program on that's separate as well. I wouldn't program and run Ableton on the same computer.
Mm-hmm.
I like to keep them separate. But I do have one hard drive with all of his stuff. And that hard drive is my life. And it is also backed up
There
a
you go.
lot. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
very important.
But yeah. And then I have a computer for just keys, like VSTs, programming.
Mm-hmm.
I have a computer for like sounds and stuff like that, like Omnisphere and stuff. Like the playback computer does not have Omnisphere, you know,
Okay.
because it's not designated for that. I keep it separate, so and they're all M1s. They're all M1s. And they're
Sean is here, guys. Sean is
every
here.
terabyte.
Sean is
What
in
up,
Sean,
the
what up,
bros?
man?
building. What's up,
Sean is
Sean?
in the
Bet.
building in recovery mode.
How you feel, bro?
Still in pain, bro, but we move.
Oh man. Yeah, sorry to hear that you had a medical emergency, man. I'm just getting to learn about that. But we're
Nah,
happy that you're
gutted, man.
recovering. We're happy you're recovering. We're happy that you were able to join us real quick.
Uh,
Um, yeah,
Appreciate you
man,
for
we're just
having me.
hanging out with these bros and just talking shop
The
pretty
goats.
much. So we'd love to hear a little bit about your experience with these guys and how good they've been to you and how good you've been to them, man. Tell us a little bit about how the tour was for you.
Yeah, for me, this tour it had been incredible, honestly. Um, Meeting all of the guys, the band, the management on that first day in London, it felt like I had known everyone beforehand, honestly,
Yeah.
before we even thought about music, like line checking or anything. Like meeting Sam, he just had the biggest smile on his face. Torres
Always.
as well. And I'd spoken to Torres
Always.
a couple of times before on the phone. So literally, when everyone walked in, it was just like, oh yeah, these are the Burrows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it started. And for me, that means everything. Like I
Right.
come from a big family, so like I'm used to that kind of environment. And then when everyone's like that, it feels comfortable for me.
Yeah. Nice. Guys, Sean is front of house for Chandler Moore on this tour, in case you're wondering who this person is that just popped up. um, Real quick, I think I just want to change some settings here for you, Sean. I think you can only see
Yeah.
myself and you right now.
No, I can see everyone.
You can
I
see
can
everyone.
see.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, man. So we were talking about, kind of the situation, the unfortunate situation that happened when you fell ill. And, we had one of the guys in Kenya, Ken, take over
Mm.
from you. And according to Torres and Sam and everybody that I've spoken to so far, that he did an amazing job. Kind of talk us through, that situation and, how did you guys end up with Ken at the Realm mixing front of house for you?
So yeah, I was so annoying, but I was basically I was feeling a lot of pain in my abdomen. I had spoken to the doctors and they thought it was IBS.
Okay.
So they're giving me like, tablets and stuff for IBS. I was taking it and whatever, and that pain was not going anywhere.
Oof.
So when I got back to London, I went back to the doctors and they had fully misdiagnosed me.
Oh man.
Wow.
So they're saying that so I had to go A&E, and I was in there for Jesus, like it felt like forever. It was like 8 hours.
Mm.
And they then said, yeah, you're gonna have to have surgery because you got a growth in your abdomen area.
Oh wow.
So we're gonna have to remove your gallbladder potentially.
Sheesh.
My
So
goodness. My goodness.
so that all happened so quickly, and I was like, oh, all right, well, that sucks. Yeah, so that's what happened, really.
Wow. Wow. That's thank you for sharing that. I mean, you didn't have to, but thank you so much
That's all
for
good.
sharing that. It's important for us to take care of our health, especially
Mm.
especially the job that we do and the traveling so much and being all over the world and taking care of our bodies is important. So I'm glad that you got the help that you needed and you're recovering at home. I assume you're at home. You're back in London at home
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm sitting in my bed.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thanks for joining us, man. Like, so
All
yeah,
good.
they told me that Ken did a good job. Did you have any conversations with him
No,
beforehand?
no, no. I didn't have
Okay.
any chance to. No, I think everything happened so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everything happens quickly. So I knew what Sean was going through. So I was just like, okay, let me talk to Ken and let's figure this out while
Yeah.
my boy over here recovers. And I was praying. I was like, man, okay. And I thought, and me and Sam thought, I was like, okay, he'll meet us
Yeah.
in
Right.
for the show tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
That's what I was like, okay,
Johannesburg.
Yeah.
Right.
cool, cool, man. He's let him rest up. We'll see. It's all good. It's all good. Miss Kenya, and we'll see him in where are we at? Oh my God, can't even think of where we're at.
Yeah, you're in
South
Johannesburg, bro.
Africa in yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, so many days. I'm like, where am I at? I'm trying to say it. But
Yeah.
but either way, I'm glad Sean is doing good. Like it's good to see his face right now, and
Yeah, yeah,
praying that he
Miss you guys,
recovers
man.
and gets back up.
yeah,
Miss
man.
you guys, man. Honestly,
You're part of our
Miss you
community.
too, man.
You're part of our community, and we love you, man. And we're happy that you're doing better. And yeah, I'll definitely make
appreciate
sure
it.
I hit your handles and follow you and stay in touch
Yeah.
with you, man. For
Ah,
sure, for sure.
thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
Any last words for your bros here and for our community? Talk to us about.
Last words. These guys are the greatest. Honestly, uh, I couldn't have done what I did without them.
Yeah,
Torres on monitors sending me fantastic game structure.
we were
So
just
I don't
talking
have to
about
worry.
that.
Listen, I said, whatever Torres is sending me, I'm good with. And honestly,
Appreciate
Sam is
that.
the greatest MD I've worked with. Honestly, like you're amazing, bro. Honestly,
Nice,
like even the
Hey,
nice.
messages you sent me
y'all don't know
privately.
this. No.
Y'all don't
I'm about
know.
to
I
go.
already know.
I'm gonna go there. Y'all don't know this, but Sean can play some keys.
Oh,
Oh
really? Now, okay.
no, no.
Sean could play
Oh,
some, not just play some keys. He could play.
Sean,
What?
Sean can play some keys, bro. Some
No, no, no.
serious keys.
It's
I was like,
always the
oh
humble
man,
guys who can play
I
like
was like,
crazy, huh?
I could, I could go home. I was like, I could go home, man.
No
I could go
way,
back to
bro.
my family.
Oh man.
He's
Uh
amazing.
Sean, man, once again, thank you, man. Thank you so much
Appreciate it.
for
Thank you for having me.
quick
Love you
recovery.
guys, man.
And we'll be in
Love
touch
you
with
too,
you soon,
Sean.
bro.
Peace, bro.
Love you, man.
And
Take
your
care, man.
balloons.
Oh man, such a good guy, man. Such a good guy. I'm glad we were able to
Sean
get
is
him on for a
awesome.
couple minutes. Question for Sam as we start to wrap this up a little bit. How do
Okay.
you go about touring with gear? Do you fly around with your keyboard or do you have to outsource wherever you go? That's a great question because
Uh,
this is a different
yeah,
tour than a stadium tour. So talk about that for a sec.
yeah. No, I only travel with my computers and my interface and power converters. That's very important
Yeah, yeah.
because a lot of times they probably wouldn't source out power converters, but um. Yeah, they end up the way they usually do it is that they end up renting.
Hmm.
Whoever brings us out usually ends up renting the back line and stuff like that. So um whenever that happens, I'm always having stuff just there prepared, and I just go off based off of what's available
Hmm.
and whatever they were able to rent off my back line. But so far it's been so good. So far it's been so good. So that's it.
um, Sam, they're not letting me go, man. They're not letting me go about this MacBook
It's all
Pro
good.
That's
Look,
specs.
okay.
I,
They're not
we
letting
could
me
put
go on
out
that.
fires together, bro. Let's do this, dog.
They
Yeah.
Let's do it.
they still want to know what your specs are for your MacBook because they're trying to figure out how you're able to run all
Man,
this stuff.
they
They're
want
not.
your whole gear list down.
Yeah, they're not letting it go.
No.
Hey, we might
Look,
have to
so this
tell, you
is
know what? We might have to tell Gio to just take a picture of your rig or do a video of your rig
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
you
mean,
just put it up.
you put it up
We
right.
might have
yeah,
to just do that.
I'll
Yeah,
probably just
cuz
do that. I'll do that.
yeah, I think that'll be
Cause
great.
but it's
Rig
also,
breakdown.
man, what's crazy is this, bro. A
Hmm.
lot of these things, they have it. They all
Oh
have
yeah.
it. Y'all have interfaces.
Yeah,
Y'all have the VSTs. Y'all have it. I'm not running no secret thing, this
none.
industry thing that like it's not like that. I make it available for everybody. I just take my time and I sit down and prepare. That's literally it. Now what I can't give y'all is Omnisphere. I can't
Yeah,
do that. You
no,
get
no.
what I'm saying? But
You're gonna have to buy that.
that's a yeah, I can't do that. Y'all gonna have to buy that, you
Right.
know. But
Yeah.
like as far as like sounds and stuff, that's totally fine. But like everyone has a MacBook. I think the modern culture is stems. It used to be wedges. It
Mm.
used to be, you know what I'm saying? It used to be just flat out motifs and those rolling amps.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone outgrew that. Now everyone does stems or at least loops. And
Yep.
Ableton, y'all have it. There's nothing that is completely different from what I have that y'all don't have. Seriously,
I'm so happy that
you
you're
know?
saying that. So happy that
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
someone called
Everything's
London said
accessible. Everything's accessible at this point.
Everything is. Yeah.
everything. London on YouTube said no gatekeeping, guys, no gatekeeping. That's
I'm
That's the
sorry.
last
hilarious.
thing we do.
Nah. Yeah, we don't do stuff like that.
Nah,
Like,
Yeah.
no, we don't. And that's what this
you know?
community is about, is to share knowledge from people who've gone ahead of others, and, help each other, lift each other up to be in positions that are successful, so this is golden. Every time you get an opportunity to do a live like this, there's always so many golden nuggets that are being dropped. Torres, I got a question for you.
Absolutely.
This is my personal question. Talk about your talkback situation on this particular tour. Is everybody on talkback, or is it just Sam, the MD, that's on talkback on this one?
Everybody is on talkback. We all. I always believe that everybody should have a talkback, especially on a tour.
Yeah.
It's easy to communicate. The band could communicate to each other. They could communicate to me as
Hmm.
well, and it just makes it easier. I also even have a stage talkback for like our background singers as well.
Right.
If they need
Right.
anything, they just go right into that mic, and the only one who doesn't have a talkback is Chandler.
That's Chandler. Yeah. Yeah.
But
But he
I
could
just,
always use the stage
for him,
talkback
I'm
if he
just,
wants to.
yeah. If he comes to the side, and
Yeah.
sometimes like when we have guests, he'll come to my side and he'll be
Hmm.
like, oh, let me get this or that or so. But other than that, everybody does have a talk back, and it goes right into my ears on a matrix,
Yep.
fed into my cue pack. So no matter what I cue up, I still hear them.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have hot shots on their talkbacks to prevent bleed?
Yes, we try to make sure we have hot shots on their mics.
Hmm.
Sometimes we don't, but most of the times we do. Yeah, but hot shots, yes, hot
I
shots
think
or switchable mics.
I think Reds talked about on the Mav tour that they were using some sort of device that's triggered by infrared for the singers.
Yes, that is the
I gotta
yeah,
find
we
out what
have
that
I
is.
have
That's
one.
pretty fire.
Yeah, it is the Optigate. I
Optigate. I
have
think
one
I've
right
seen that
now.
somewhere.
Actually, let me
Yeah.
see. I
I think
might
I've seen
have it
that
in my
somewhere.
bag.
Technology these days is amazing.
Yes, it is. For those that don't know what we're talking about, this is a hot shot right here. So, oh, there's a camera right here.
There you go.
So we'll use these to mute the mic or unmute the mic, and then this is what you're talking about. That measures the distance. It's a Optigate,
Right.
and it goes
So,
right into
so that just goes on the mic stand, right?
yeah, that goes right into the mic, and then it
Hmm.
has another connection that goes, and then the infrared light will measure the distance.
And so the closer you get to
So
it
That
is when
goes
it
on
starts to
back.
open up.
yeah, the closer you
Hmm.
Yeah.
get, it'll measure your distance as well.
That's
So
so fire. That is so fire. That is cool. Torres, on another pod, we'll talk about what's in your work box one day.
oh
We'll
yeah,
dig into it
definitely.
and see what's in there as a monitor engineer. I think that would be a good idea. Um, let's see how many more questions we got so we can wrap this up. Lots of shout outs to you, Sam. Sean's
Love,
asking you,
love
Love it.
everybody.
Torres. Sean's asking why Shore over Sennheiser.
Because Shure
That's,
just
that's
makes the menu better. It just feels better.
yes, yes.
It just to me it just feels better. It's navigatable. Like
Yeah. Let's see, please. How do you route all? Oh, yeah, that's a very technical question. You want to talk about, Torres? How do you route all your talkbacks, and how is your EQ to help reduce bleeding? I love talking about
well
this talkback matrix because if you're not doing
well
that,
yeah, I
you're
just
you're
mentioned that,
missing
yeah.
you're missing a lot. You want to talk
I
about
kinda
how you do
answered
your
that.
routing on that?
I kinda answered that already. Like I use a matrix, so all everything goes all my talkbacks go into that, and then I feed it into my queue pack. So you take the matrix and then it goes right into your queue. So and I just feed my talkbacks, and then I also have control of a master volume for my matrix. If I need to turn the talkbacks up, they just go
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
But it's literally right into my queue, instead of like having it just on their mixes.
Facts, facts.
And I
Did
think that is so important to
It's
have,
so
especially as a
important
monitor
because you
engineer.
don't want to
Yeah,
miss anything when you're
you don't
queuing
want.
something
Yeah,
different and then they're calling for something and you'll miss it. We'll do a masterclass on that one day where we'll actually
yeah,
be at the console and show people how to route it
yeah.
because I think
Actually,
it's
and then
cool.
when I was on the D Live, it's actually opposite the way you send it. It's weird.
I think on the CL5 it's different too from Digico and
Yeah, the
S6L. It's
CL5
really
is
different.
different. Yeah, digital makes it easier. That's why it's number one.
Yeah, yeah.
I had
S6L
to really figure
number
out.
two, S6L number two because it's almost the same way. So
Yeah, I had to really figure it out on the CL5 and the D Live. I was like, okay, it's like some weird opposite thing. But once you figure it out, that's something you have to do as an engineer,
well,
monitor
I'm
engineer.
glad
That's
you figured it
important.
out because I need to find out how to do it on the CL because I'm always on the CL, but I still haven't figured
Oh
that
yeah,
out.
yeah. I got you. I'll send it to
Yeah, I
you.
appreciate it. Dizzy on Instagram says, "Yep, sure is much better. Sure, now we're starting a war. We're starting a
There's
war
that
now.
word.
Oh my gosh, here we go. All right, guys. I got a couple more minutes with you because I know you guys got to go rest and get ready for your show tomorrow. Um,
Good,
let's
good, my guy.
make sure we've covered everything here. Everybody's just shouting you out, Sam. Sam, you're the star of the show today, bro.
I'm
Sam
not,
is
bro.
the
I'm
man.
telling you, I'm not.
You're star
I'm
of the
telling you,
show.
I'm not.
Why do you? I know you spoke about this a little earlier, Sam. Why did you choose Ableton over Main Stage for your setup?
Oh yeah. So Ableton never crashes. The CPU
Oh,
capacity is, yeah. Now main stage never crashed on me,
yeah.
but I have seen it crash on other people. And I like taking other people's situations and turning them into lessons for myself. So
Mm-hmm.
if it crashed on someone else, I'm like, yeah, I'm not no different than that other person. So let me figure out a different way to make sure that I can host a lot of different plugins
Mm-hmm.
and it not carry like so much weight within my computer. So, and I found a system for it. I found a really great system for running Ableton, and even using um, like different knobs on the Nord to. I've assigned different knobs on the Nord to, um, like to that associated with the volume of certain VSTs
Cool.
and turning certain things on and off. So I have maximum control. I know where every patch is on the VST in association with the Nord. Like, every button is pretty much used. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I've learned how to do that, and it has helped me tremendously. Like the Nord buttons are synchronized with my sounds on Ableton for me, and
Nice.
it just helps. It's almost like when the montage or the motif has these 8 faders,
Mm-hmm.
and you can assign all the faders per patch.
Mm-hmm.
I've done
Mm-hmm.
the same thing with the Noah. You get what I'm saying? And
That's what's
then
up.
what I've used and what I've associated in regards to each button, in association with the VSTs, do not affect the output of my gear
Yeah.
within the Nord keyboard. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
I turn on a pad on the VST, it won't turn on the pad on the Nord. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Yep.
So I've just learned how to differentiate between the VST and so that I could just have full control. And I think I got it. For me, it's been working. You know what I
That's
mean? And I
dope.
think that's really where the magic is. Like it's in the click of a button on Ableton. So it just works. You can't really do that with Mainstage,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
Makes sense. Makes a lot of
So
sense.
it works for me. Yeah. It works for me.
I'm gonna give the floor to you guys for some last words, last comments. But I have a last word, and this is for Torres, and it's a personal question.
Mhm.
Torres, man, look, I haven't told you this before, but how in the world do you get your beard so clean, bro? I'm struggling over here trying to get it to look like yours, man. And I keep starting over every time, bro. It's just not growing
That
right.
is
What's happening?
hilarious,
That's
man.
funny. That's
It's
funny.
Look,
this
bro.
dude is always
Look,
clean,
bro.
bro. He's always clean,
Look.
man.
You know what's
Always.
funny is our photographer and videographer out here, Gio. It's his first tour actually. He was just like,
Yeah,
"Bro, how do you just stay like that?" I'm just
I'm
like, "Look, I
saying.
just drink a lot of water. I just drink a lot of water and I eat my breakfast. That's it." No, but I mean,
That's
I
crazy.
try to, line myself up. I mean, it's been years since on the road, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I try to keep it maintained as best as I can. A lot of practice, a
It's
lot
clean,
of
my
mess
bro.
ups,
It's a lot of
and
mess ups. Okay, so that means
yeah, a lot of
I'm
mess
there. I'm
ups
getting there
before New
because I keep
Year's.
messing up all
You're
the time.
getting
So I
there.
feel
Just
like I'm
yeah,
getting there.
just keep on practicing. Just keep on practicing. But yeah, I try, I got a little kid out here, so I try to like keep myself lined up.
Yeah,
And then wherever we get a chance to get a haircut, like probably every like 3 weeks or you know,
yeah.
we just go for it.
You take it. You take it. All
Yeah,
right.
but usually it's just maintaining.
What's next for you guys after Johannesburg? What's where are you guys going after that? Are you still in Africa or are you heading back up to Europe?
No, we have 3 shows coming up, back to back to back.
Yeah, we got
In
back
South
to
Africa?
backs.
Yes.
Uh,
Wow.
This weekend,
yeah,
hey, we have a heavy load this weekend. It's gonna be great though.
Wow.
We
Wow.
have Joburg tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
and then we go right from there. We have which is a show day. We go right to Cape Town, have a show there, and then we go to where is it? Durham. Sam, am I
Durban.
getting this?
Durban.
yep,
Durban.
Durban.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. Look, take a lot of pictures, man. The sites that are in these cities. I haven't been to South Africa, but I've seen these cities online, man. Beauty.
Oh
Beauty.
yeah.
Tell people, tell your friends, tell your family, like Sam said at the top of the show. It's not like what people advertise out here. It's a whole
No,
different
it's
Yeah,
world.
beautiful.
it's
It's
beautiful,
It is
bro.
beautiful.
it's a whole different world. All right, last words from you guys.
It's
Torres, I'll give you the floor. Talk to us, tell us anything. First of all, thank you
Man, I
guys for
just
being here. I
yeah.
really appreciate you guys being here with us. I mean, we've hung out for almost 2 hours. That's crazy how time flies so quickly.
It
oh wow.
flew. I just
So
appreciate
quickly.
I didn't know.
Byron for having us on this platform, being able to share, our experience and being able to share our knowledge to the next, or just people who are want to get to be able to travel and tour because we always have those questions and you being able to have this platform so we could share our experience and answer questions is it's amazing, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Anytime, brother. I feel like we're filling a gap that's not really there that maybe people don't even talk about, and I'm happy to be
Yeah,
bridge
absolutely.
between
And
worlds.
then sorry. And then I want to say like, I know we didn't get to all the questions and I can only see a couple of it on the platform. I know we're on our other platforms,
Hmm.
but I don't see all of it. But if y'all say what's up to my family and friends and everybody out there who I didn't see on the chat. But I know some people were like probably saying things. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for joining. And I know we're gonna come up with something where we can answer like more questions because it has been
Yes.
like almost 2 hours, which is crazy, and we're just like not even scratch the surface of these questions that are people want answered, and we will get to them. We will get to them.
Yeah, we will. The pod is growing. I think I might need to start thinking about getting moderators on board so they can help us manage the chat and kind of go from there. But yeah, appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Sam, the floor is yours, sir. Talk to us, man.
Oh man, bro, thank you for creating a space where we can all come together and just explain our experiences, man. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why is because a lot of times people really just don't know. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? A lot of people just don't know. And if they had, I've learned a long time ago that there's a lot of people that are meant to go to the next level. And with them going to the next level, the issue is that they just don't have a push. They don't have a hookup. They don't have any resources. They don't have any help. And that's what we're here for. I'm glad that you've created a platform that exposes the resources, that exposes the help that could help people have a kickstart. Because if people could have a kickstart, then maybe they'll just go to the next level. You know what I mean? So first off, before I say anything, I don't know how much courage it took for you to do this. I don't know like what you went through in order for you to do this, bro. But I want to say thank you for actually
Thank you.
giving
Yeah.
us a chance to to do this. And in addition to it, I want to say thank you for allowing the the download of God's Holy Spirit to allow you to push you to create this thing. Because there's a lot of gatekeepers out there. There's a lot of people that don't want other people to succeed. And it really takes a selfless person to create a platform that invites people like us to just help out. And the truth is, I'm gonna say this, man, we want to help, bro.
Yeah.
We're not here to just like this ain't a paid thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the biggest misconception, like hearing it from other musicians and other people in different countries, like they assume that the people from the US are all about the money. And we're really
Right.
not, bro.
Yeah.
Like not everybody's all about the money. Some people really just want to be kind and they want to be generous and they just want to help, you know, because I can't receive more with my hands closed. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I want to say thank you for that, bro. And then in addition to um the the audience, man, I can't really see everybody, stuff like that. But I'm gonna go back and look. But I don't know how much people on this platform that have the desire to tour. I don't know how many people on this platform that have the desire, that know that the next level of their life, you know, from going from being a local monitor engineer to a global monitor engineer. I know there are people on this live that are meant to go there.
Mm-hmm.
There, yes, there are musicians on this live that God has ordained their destinies from going from just a local musician to helping them launch themselves into the world, you know, and going global. But I want to speak to those people and just say, man, like, it really takes time. It takes time. And a lot of people are they're just waiting, bro. As you're waiting, just get stronger. Invest in yourself, grow, be developed, be great, network, and the Lord will do something great, bro. I know that feeling. I know how it feels to wait. I know how it feels to have something inside of you. And for you just can't wait until the entire world catches on to it. I get that, bro. I really do get it. And that's why I'm here to help. I'm here to help invest in other people. And I'm also here to pass certain things on. And I'm going to tell you why. Because for us, we all have an expiration date.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has an expiration date within their line of work. There's going to be a time where I can't do what I want to do. You know what I mean? Like my biggest goal right now is not even touring. I really want to get into movies. I want to be a film composer. And right now, no one knows this. And this is my first time ever saying this. The
Okay.
truth is this: I am scouting, I'm looking for the next person that I could pass this baton to.
Wow.
I am.
Wow.
I am currently looking, I'm secretly and privately looking for the next person that I could pass this baton to. Because, first off, I can't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
My plate is like loaded. Secondly, there are different areas in the music industry that I do want to have experience in, that I know I'm meant to have experience in. And what's holding me back right now, to be completely honest with you, is not being able to find someone that is reliable, that is able, that, you know, that's hungry, not for the wrong reasons, you know what I'm saying, but for the right reasons, not to be seen with the next star or the next gospel artist, but someone that actually really wants to do this with the bottom of their heart, that they will actually work hard in order to do it. I'm looking for that person right now. Right now, I'm currently looking for that person. You know what I mean? So I want to say this to everybody. Whoever that person is, your time is coming. Your time is coming. Your time is coming. If you could just hold on and you wait and just, I think the most important thing, the number one thing is to be developed. Don't wait until you get the call for you to now scramble and figure out how to put an Ableton session.
Mm-hmm.
Be great at home. Be great in your home church. Like, arrange in your home church. Run time code in your home church. Do all of that in your home church. Learn how to do edits in your home church. Do all of that at home. You know what I'm saying? Faithfulness is not just showing up on time. Faithfulness is actually when you're able to be just as intentional in a room of 10 people as you would in a room of 10,000 people. That's
Facts.
faithfulness. And I'm looking for that person right now that is consistent. You get what I'm saying? So I encourage everybody to be consistent within their intentionality. I'm encouraging everybody to just continue to to grow. The time is evolving. Like 10 years ago, Ableton wasn't necessary. Now it is. Who's to know what's gonna be necessary for the next 10 years? Just gotta keep going, keep growing. And truthfully, man, I know I'm not the best communicator, but seriously, bro, I am truly supporting everyone. It doesn't matter what level. I'm supporting everyone every step of the way. I'm literally looking right now. Seriously. You know what I mean? So I say that to say I don't know who's out there that has a dream. I don't know who's out there that wants to go to the next level, but continue to be developed, continue to grow, continue to do the thing, and just maybe our paths might cross. And I'll call you and just be like, yo, pull up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my dream, man. That's what I want to do. I want to do that. I don't want to do that to like, I don't need it for myself. You know what I'm saying? I want to do that because I feel like people are deserving of chances. And I'm going to tell you why I think people are deserving of chances. The number one of my biggest reasons why I feel like people are deserving of chances is because I wouldn't have been here if somebody else didn't give me a chance.
True.
I wouldn't have been here if somebody didn't give me a chance, bro.
True. True.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been here if someone didn't take the time to say, look, man, I'm gonna invest in you non-transactionally. I just want to see you grow. I've had that. You know what I'm saying? And I want to pass the same principle to the next person, you know? And this ain't me just feeling like I'm getting old or like some on some OG thing. No, 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 no. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. I'm 27 years old. You get what I'm saying? I just wanna see other people succeed. Like I really, 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 really do. I really want to see people succeed. Like truthfully, I want to be on Instagram and look and I love seeing content from these guys that understand the principle. You know what I mean? From for the right reasons, not to be seen, not to steal other people's ideas, not to be sloppy copies of other people, but original people. You know, original people that have original ideas, that are honest, that are hardworking, that are hungry, that have integrity, that don't complain, that are faithful in a room full of 10 people as if they would be in a room full of 10,000. Like I love seeing that. You know, we love seeing that. So I don't know who's out there, man. Keep going. keep growing. The Lord is going to do the thing. The Lord is going to do the thing, bro. He will bring you in front of great men. And I think I've heard that a lot until I came to myself. I had this awareness in my mind that was like, yo, why won't you just be that great man?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people are saying, like, yo, the Lord's gonna bring you in front of generals. What's wrong with being that general? Why don't you just be a general? And that was really what, like, that actually grew me a lot. That truth I've actually sat with in the forefront of my heart and in my mind. And it has led me into rooms that others honestly dream of, to be completely honest with you.
Hmm.
So don't wait to just be with other great people. Be that great person, bro. You know, be that great person. It's time for people to come into the awareness of who they were meant to be. It really is. It really is. It's time. Like this whole thing of people not knowing themselves, those days gotta be over. Those days gotta be over. There's this identity crisis, people not knowing themselves. No, 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 no. Eradicate that. You ought to graduate. There's a there's a there's a there's a unreleased greater version of you that's waiting on you to unleash that beast right now. So go ahead and unleash that beast, bro. Be great. Get on fire. And what's crazy is a lot of us think about that greater version. We think about it. We're fascinated about it. We dream about that greater version. But yet this there's this sloth on our backs that's keeping us from being that person. And if you could just take that sloth off your back and get up and work hard and be diligent and learn all the tools and be like undeniably great, bro, man, God's gonna push you farther than anything you've ever imagined. You know what I'm saying? It just takes someone to stand up and to just go far and just press towards the mark. You know what I'm saying? God's calling a lot of people on this thing into action. Get up, be action oriented. Like no more lazy days. You will never be great as you're being lazy. Get up, man. Be great. Go after that thing. Be be a conqueror. Be achievement oriented. Go after it. Don't be lazy. We don't have time for laziness anymore. Time does not wait on us. And the truth of the matter is you can never get this time back. That's the thing.
Hmm.
You will never get this time back. So go after it, man. That's my final words. You know, that's my final. That's really it. Go after it.
Man,
It's
man,
amazing.
what a word from Sam Simon. What a word.
Oh,
I mean, I have nothing to add to that. This is literally, he just basically laid down the reason why we're actually doing this, man. You know, this is
Uh,
it. You've just blessed us with an amazing. I feel like we should have an offering plate going around somewhere right now. That was a word, bro. Man.
thank
Before I let you guys go,
you.
Reds joined in on Instagram. He said, "What's up to you guys?" He's
Reds, my
Reds,
brother,
flying out to
my
Aruba. He
brother.
was supposed to join us today, but unfortunately, schedule conflicts, as we all know.
for sure.
Um,
I
but
learned
yeah,
how so much of how to be a great monitor engineer from Reds.
from Reds, yeah,
Reds is
facts,
Out to
awesome,
him.
bro.
Shout
incredible,
out.
incredible. So, guys, look, I don't know what time it is in Johannesburg right now, but I'm pretty sure it's probably like 10,
It's,
ten
man,
thirty.
it's about to be.
Man, almost 10.
It's
Oh,
9. It's
9,
almost 10. Yeah.
almost 10. We appreciate you guys for jumping on this live with us today. Don't be a stranger. Let's do this again sometime. Maybe when you guys are back
Yeah, bro.
in the States, we'll probably do another one and kind of do a wrap on the tour and kind of tell us what happened, and then we'll go from there. I'm pretty sure our audience will be happy to have you back. But listen, I appreciate you guys. We all appreciate you guys. Have an amazing show tomorrow and the rest of the weekend, and obviously the rest of the tour. And we will definitely be in touch, guys. I appreciate you all so much. God bless y'all,
My
man.
God.
God bless
Thank you,
y'all, man.
bro.
Thank you so much, man. We'll catch up. Thank you guys, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, guys, until next time, make sure you follow these guys on their social handles. At M Torres on IG, at Sam Simon on IG as well, and obviously
Sure.
me at Baron Bell Music and at Advancing Audio Masterclass on IG. Gentlemen, appreciate y'all. Say what's up to the rest of the crew.
Will do.
Sean,
Yes,
it was
sir.
nice to meet you and chat with you. I saw that you followed me on Instagram. I'm going to follow you back right after this live. And as always, this live is going to be replayed immediately on my YouTube channel after we end this live right now. So, Sam, Torres, appreciate you guys, man. For sure, for sure. Love you guys, man. Take care. Be
Yeah,
safe
for
out
sure.
there
We'll
and
do
have
this
fun.
again.
For sure,
No
for
doubt.
sure. All right, take
All
care,
right,
No
guys.
y'all.
doubt. For sure.